I'm going to show you how to use Google My Maps. So I've put this link in the classroom, and when you come here, your maps will probably look like this, and I want you to go ahead and create a new map. Okay, create. Now, the first thing we need to do is to name it. This particular map is going to be for Social Studies 8. I believe it's lesson 16, and the description is that it is Mexico. Let's make sure we do use a capital M for the name of a country, or Mexico. So we'll go ahead and hit save. Now we can use our hand and we can move the map up and down, and you should be able to find Mexico like that. Now when I double click, it zooms in. So I will keep double clicking until I get in a little bit closer. Now there's different ways we can view this map. Right now I have a base map, and I can go and I can change it so I can see the terrain. So these darker spots are hills. Of course, the blue is water. I don't know why that took me so long to figure out. So you can play with the different base maps, and it just gives you different views. I really enjoy playing with the different base maps, but I do typically go with the normal one. All right, so we are going to go ahead and we are going to add a layer. And I'm just going to rename that. So I hit the dots, rename that, and I'm going to call it cities. And I'll save that. Now, before I continue on, I want to make sure that you share this with me. So let's go ahead and click share, and so anyone with this link can view it. Let's go ahead and make sure anyone with the link can view it, please. And then we'll close that. All right, so now we continue on because it has been shared. We are going to go ahead and on this layer we've called cities, it's actually going to be places and not necessarily cities. So I'll just rename that. We're going to go ahead and search for some places like Tenochtitlan. I think I'm saying that right. This is one of the homes of the Aztec people. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that pin there. So we're going to go ahead and add this to the map. All right, so now it is added. And if I scroll out, if I scroll out, I should be able to see where I have that blue pin. And you can see that it is by the modern day Mexico City. Now I'm going to go ahead into the lesson and get the next name. This is another Aztec empire, and I am sorry I cannot pronounce it, but the videos will help you pronounce it. So I will paste that in there, and it will be in the state of Mexico. And so there we go. I will add it to the map, and I can see that that is pinned. And when I zoom out, I can see that it is kind of north and east of Mexico City. I'll go ahead and get the next place. This is a bit bigger because it's the Valley of Mexico. So this is a bigger area where the Aztec people lived. So we'll put that in there, and let's just zoom out. So this is the general area where the Valley of Mexico was. So we will add that to the map. And so now we have the Valley of Mexico. I believe there's one more there. So when we zoom out at our map, we can see some of the areas of the Aztec people. And if we zoom out, we get a bigger picture. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add another layer because we are also going to add water. So I'll rename this and I'll call it water. All right, I'll go ahead to the lesson, and this is a river. I'll actually put that in. The Rio Grande is a very important river to Mexico. It flows through most of Mexico. So if you look, you can see it is up here in northern Mexico. I wonder if there's a layer that helps us see rivers more. Let me change. That was not it. One of these layers should help me see the water more. I think this might be it. I think the Rio Grande that I'm looking for kind of flows, and this is it in here. So we're actually going to mark this in a different way. We have this option up here. It's called Draw a Line. So I will click on that. I'm going to add a line or a shape. And so I'm going to start with the Rio Grande, and I'm just going to click and unclick and kind of try and follow the Rio Grande so we can get an idea of how it flows. Now, you do not have to be exact. Let me see how I'm going to do this. So we just want to get an idea of how it flows. So I'm going to click and drag, and you will eventually see where it drains out. Okay, so I've got to figure out how to stop this now. Okay, so this is the Rio Grande River. And I will save that. Now, the Rio Grande actually flows more. It flows up here. So I'm going to go back now that I can, and I'm going to add another line. And I'll start about there. And I want to trace more, just so we can truly see where the Rio Grande goes. Let's see if I'm able to. I zoomed out too far. All right, this will be good. If I click on the same line, it lets me stop. Rio Grande, save. Okay, so now we can see New Mexico is in the United States, and we can see the Rio Grande flows throughout Mexico. I don't know why it didn't show up so well there, but we have it. And now let's just go ahead to that lesson, and we will add the other places. This is another important river in Mexico. We will put it in there. Enter. Okay, and there we go. We can see how it's a river down here. So we're going to go ahead with the line. I might have to zoom in to to see how this is to figure out the river. I think the lines here are yellow for the river. So let me pause and take a closer look. Okay, what I actually posted in was the name and river, and that is what helped me out here. So now when I zoom in, I can see that this here is the river. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, add my lines. I'm just going to start up here where I can see it and just start adding lines to kind of get an idea of how it flows. You do not have to be exact. What we're going for is to show how big this river is and how much of Mexico it covers. All right, let's see if I can zoom out. You can see it just keeps going. And if I zoom out more, oops, sorry, I'm going to have to try and, well, use the hand. Oh, darn. Okay, so I'll have to, okay, it did name it. I don't know if that took. You'll have to play around with it. I'm sorry I didn't get it all in there, but you get the general idea of what you need to do here for this map. The places you need to find are in the lesson. Please make sure you have shared it so anyone with the link can view it. You are then going to copy this link and you are going to paste this link into the hand-in box for lesson 16 so I can access this and I can mark your work.